Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you can hear me. Allow me to welcome you on our seminar today, entitled Supporting Innovation and Systematic Change in Schools. In this session, we are normally 8 presentations, but I understand that we are some three presentations that I think they are missing, so we have more room to discuss. So since there are there are less presentations, I would like to ask all presenters to stay until the end of the session, and in order to answer any questions that might occur in the end. And please do not exceed the limit, let's say, of roughly 15 or maybe 20 minutes in order to have smooth presenting flow. So let me start. We live in a world of constant change. I like to say we live in a world in progress. Artificial intelligence is already part of our everyday discussions. This session is dedicated to focus on some snapshots of innovative practices taking place in Greek schools. All teachers presenting in this session prove beyond any doubt that systematic change in Greek schools is here now. It is viable and it is viable. Without further ado, allow me to present our first case study that I believe is promoting values, democracy, and human rights in a collaborative European e-twinning project. Mrs. Anastasia Samartzi,
hello.
Maria Demu.
She's not here right now. And
Urania Floratu from the First High School of Sparta in Greece. Welcome, and the floor is yours. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you very much. So we would like to make us presenters, you to make us presenters so that we can show our presentation.
No, wait. Are we presenters yet?
Share screen.
Okay.
Okay. We are having a minor, okay, yes. Okay. Luckily, we have more time than we thought because, okay. So, as we said, I'm Urania Floratu, and we are just the two of us with Ms. Samartzi today.
Hello again.
We are very happy to be with you, although virtually, at this conference that gives us the opportunity to present the work done in our school and to be informed about the very remarkable work of you, our colleagues. The work we will be presenting to you today is an e-twinning project entitled Values about Democracy and Human Rights. In a nutshell, it involves working on the TwinSpace platform and using a plethora of ICT tools. 166 students and 12 teachers collaborated, exchanged knowledge, ideas, experiences, spoke their voices, and interacted in an enthusiastic manner. The evaluation of the project that emerged through various processes showed that the sense of belonging to the European Union was strengthened for all participants. The project was carried out from December 21 to June 22 between secondary schools located in 5 European countries. Greece, as the first senior high school of Sparta, Italy, Spain, Moldova, and Turkey. The ultimate goal of the project was for the students to become familiar with the values of the European Union and the citizens' rights, with the structure of the EU, its constitutions, and the Council of Europe. The expected learning outcomes we aimed at were to empower the students' sense of digital citizenship, to develop their ability to communicate safely in the web, to advance their learning skills, to promote their creativity, cooperation, responsibility, and of course, to expand their fluency in English as they interacted with people from various nationalities, under the umbrella of mutual understanding and respect for diversity and multiculturalism. And of course, to establish the European identity of our school. To put it briefly, the project focused on the concepts of democracy, citizenship, the importance of safeguarding the rule of law, and the sense of belonging to the EU. Applying the principles of project-based learning and various learner-centered educational approaches, we promoted collaboration, critical thinking, analytical thinking, and creativity. The students worked in small groups of 2 to 4 and used various techniques such as brainstorming, open-ended questions, role play, mind maps, etc. Using the flipped classroom method enabled students to conduct constructive independent research and allowed more time for interaction in our meetings. It is also important to add that the project followed an entirely interdisciplinary approach that incorporated school subjects such as history, English, information technology, and political education. This allowed us to compare the political organization of modern societies with the ancient Athenian democracy, to delve into various Web 2 applications, to incorporate the material taught in various teaching units of textbooks, and to place emphasis on the concepts of active citizenship, social sensitivity, and solidarity. The cooperation among teacher partners was continuous in terms of guidance, time organization, and scheduling of the project activities via email and text messaging on a social networking app and a shared task space. The use of technology was of paramount importance. We creatively exploited all the features of platforms such as TwinSpace, Genially, WordWall, Padlet, Quizzes, Canva, Poll Everywhere, eClass, Google Tools, all Google Tools, Movie Maker, YouTube, WebEx, etc. And of course, when it comes to personal data protection, both teachers and students registered on the platform with strong passwords and adopted ethical internet behavior, following the rules of etiquette. Last but not least, regarding copyright protection, all digital outcomes were either original or had Creative Commons licenses, and no copyright restricted electronic file was incorporated. That's all from me for now. Ms. Anastasia will continue with the organization of the project, whose outline you can see on this slide. So, Anastasia?
Thank you. Well, at the beginning of the project, the students were informed about the principles of netiquette and copyright protection, as well as the important dates by which certain activities were due. In addition, they completed questionnaires related to their knowledge of the European Union. After the first results, the students visited the European Year of Youth 2022 site and contributed their own ideas to it. Needless to say, we provided the students with material, websites, videos, ebooks on topics such as democracy, the European values, the future of Europe, etc. On all the above pages, the students had the opportunity to interact and exchange ideas in the respective forums. In the Agora section, all the participating students created their avatars and introduced themselves, and the teachers arranged the online meetings on project topics. Then we teacher had to organize modern roundtables discussions on topics of our free choice. The topics that came up were democracy, human rights, the impact of young people's opinions, misinformation, the environment, and internet safety. The students joined heterogeneous groups, took on responsibility, piled up informative material, interacted, and participated in many an activity. In Roundtable 6, which was created by us, the Greek group, the core topic was children's safety issues in the EU digital environment. What is at stake? The participating students studied material related to internet safety and completed an online questionnaire. During the online meeting, they had the chance to introduce themselves via the Wheel of Fortune app, discussed it together, and finally participated in an especially made online escape room activity on the topic of internet safety. On May 9, the students of the First Lyceum of Sparta celebrated Europe Day. They created a Padlet wall where they posted information about the history of the EU2 and a stop-motion video. Both students and teachers completed the project evaluation questionnaire at the end. The results showed that the students were satisfied with the program as they gained significant benefits, such as remote collaboration with students from other schools, improving language and ICT skills, enriching knowledge on human rights and EU issues, and the Council of Europe. They also developed their communication and digital skills, the team spirit of cooperation and participation. What is more, their perceptions of the European idea, interculturalism, and respect of human rights were strengthened by taking initiatives and applying their creativity and critical thinking. Accordingly, the participating teachers agreed that the project was implemented according to the original schedule and that the planning of the tasks and the monitoring of the results were very satisfactory. The cooperation of the schools was absolutely smooth and efficient. They believe that the biggest benefits have been to work with other teachers and develop communication, language, and ICT skills. They also admit that their perceptions of the European dimension in education were broadened and enriched with innovative educational practices implemented by other European countries. The final impression of the students were recorded in a shared Padlet. So as to disseminate our project, we posted relevant articles both on the official websites of the participating schools and on their social media pages. More specifically, our school featured a detailed article about the project and the hosting of Roundtable 6 in our school newspaper. The issue was sent to all the parents of our students and uploaded to our school site and on the school's Facebook page. During the end of year celebration of our school, the participating students were awarded certificates of the participation in the project.
And we're very delighted to say that our eTwinning project has been awarded with the National Quality Label, the European Quality Label, and most recently with the first prize at the 17th National eTwinning Competition. Thank you all for listening to us.
Thank you very much for sharing with us your project. Intercultural interaction in school is a subject that I think that there's going to have extended, let's say, role in in the way that we understand education in the future. So I do believe that this is in this context we are reaching innovative practices using all the tools that you presented, and thank you for this. If you have anything to add on that, I'm sure that we have at least 5 minutes that you can present, or maybe if you want to speak more about anything that is connected to your practice, you are free to do so.
Yes. What I would like to say is that when we first started this journey, we didn't foresee what will happen. It was our first eTwinning experience, and we are very happy that it traveled so far. So but in a way, it has discouraged us from trying a second attempt. We don't know if the second attempt will be as satisfactory. But of course, it was very nice. We met people, we learned the school systems, the educational systems, we learned their perceptions on things. And of course, delving into the structure of the European Union, the values, the characteristics of the peoples, European peoples, was very, very, very good, very informative, and it made us realize how close we are. Although we are different, we are very close. Of course, the students enjoyed it very much, and all the applications, the Web2 tools that we used had an enormous impact on them and on us as teachers, because we have incorporated all of them in our everyday teaching nowadays. And we are very happy that our school, although a public school, a state school, not public, a state school, is very well equipped concerning technology. We have whiteboard projectors in all our classes, Wi-Fi in all our classrooms, and we're very happy to work there. That is all from us. If you have any questions concerning the project or whatever, we are happy to answer.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this. I'm happy to say that we also have with us Mrs. Christina Klimediotti. So that raises the number of presenting participations to 4. But for now, let's move on to Mrs. Ανδρουλιδάκη Εκατερίνη, Χαρβαλή Ιουλία, Sakelaropoulou Fotini from Junior High School of Goumero in Greece. And they will present us the ways that they managed to foster digital skills in the case of a remote rural secondary school. So I think that this is a very interesting case. So
yes, of course.
I believe that we have Mrs. Floratu, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We are very glad to participate in this conference because, can you hear me? Is it okay? Can you hear me?
If you can stay a little bit closer to the microphone, that would be benefit for us. But
okay,
if you can speak,
I will try. Okay.
I think that is better now. Allow me to.
We are very honored to be participating in this conference because the topic depicts exactly what we did last year. So let me share with. I don't know if any of my colleagues wants to say hello. Fotini. No, Fotini, you don't have your microphone on, and Katerina.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are really glad to present our last year's effort in the gymnasium of Goumero. Okay, Iulia.
And good evening from me too. We're very happy. Congratulations to the previous school. It was very interesting what we've heard. And we really thank you for hosting us because we're far away from urban areas. We're a rural school with all the problems that there may be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For the next at least 20 minutes, the floor is yours. Thank you.
So thank you. Our presentation is about fostering digital skills through a project we undertook last year on digital creation. It was actually an interdisciplinary project in a school that it is located in a remote rural area in Ilia, in the prefecture of Ilia in Western Greece. So the aim of our presentation is to give details about the context, the educational context, and then to present to you the challenge we came across last year, the methodology we used step by step to build the project, and present to you digital tools, web tools and applications students worked on to foster the digital skills. And then we were going to present to you the findings of a short research we did and the conclusions we draw regarding the impact and if we had achieved our goals. So let me introduce ourselves. It was a teamwork. So I'm going to introduce Adulidaki Katerina, who is a maths teacher and the project coordinator, and Ms. Sakelaropoulou Fotini, who is the Greek literature teacher. I met them last year for the first time when they were appointed to teach in the school. I was the head. I'm going to show you the school. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. If you are changing your slides, unfortunately, we don't see them exactly, but if you can continue, but it would be better if you share your presentation in full.
So you can't, sorry, I missed that. So you can't, see, how am I supposed to change them? Can you see now the school, the presentation with the school?
You should stop sharing and then try once more by choosing the full screen window in presentation, either or your full screen in your laptop.
I have full screen in my laptop. That's what's strange. Okay, I will pause the, okay. What can you see right now? No, it's not the full. What can you see now the presentation?
We only see where you click now, but not the full screen. But if you want to continue like that, we just see the main.
Okay, I see. But what I did was what I normally do when I present. So I haven't understand clearly what I'm supposed to do. Okay.
You can try stop screen sharing and then try once more.
Stop screen. Stop sharing. Should I try stop sharing?
You can try stop sharing and then try once more with your full screen.
What about now?
Yes, now I think is what you want.
Okay. I thought I had it from the beginning because I haven't realized any change in my computer right now in my screen. So I'm going to present the school where we met last year. It's a junior high school of Gumero. Last year, 27 students attended, and the teaching staff was about 10 teachers. So when I met the girls, the teachers last year, I felt that we share the same passion about teaching using digital tools. I think they are techies to use this new technology lovers, and we thought of creating something, and eventually inspired the whole teaching staff to include technology in their lessons. So we came up with an interdisciplinary project. Our students come from a common social cultural background, and there were a couple of immigrant students. And what is important to mention is that our school is located in a geographic. I would say that it is in a geographically isolated area. And when I say isolated, I mean based on the average travel time it takes by car from the metropolis to reach it. Okay, so it's a village in a mountainous area where the locals know each other. They are all family or distant relatives, and I would say that it's a closed community. And you will see further why I'm mentioning this. So I want to move on to the next. I have a problem right now. Okay, I don't know why it is stuck. Okay, I have a problem. Sorry for the inconvenience.
It's okay, we have some time, but if you wish,
I will try again.
if you wish, maybe I have your presentation as well, and I can try myself. But if you wish to go on, we can wait.
I want to go on, but it is, I don't know, stuck. I don't know how I can. It's the first time it happens to me. Well,
maybe if you can try stop sharing and try once more.
I will. Okay. I will.
It's okay, we can see your basic program again, but it's okay. You can move on from here if you wish.
Okay, I will give another try. No, I can't. No, I can't. Anyway, so having in mind what bibliography says, that geographical isolation and school achievement are somehow related. That is, the more isolated the school, the less students perform at school, or that competition is related positively with students' achievement in more populated areas. That is, the less we have lesser competition is observed at schools within isolated areas, or school achievement of underprivileged students in geographically isolated secondary schools is lower than in less isolated isolated areas. Having all this in mind, which was a factor that discouraged us, and having also in mind that we are in an ongoing digitalization, and the curriculum demands to foster digital skills, we faced a challenge. How we could foster students' digital skills, as it is a demand from the curriculum, and what the digital era demands as well, in a remote rural secondary school in Ilia, having in mind that remote areas are a negative factor in students' achievement. So we set 3 goals. First, to develop students' digital skills through digital production, boosting learning. Second, encourage the active involvement of students in the learning and boost the positive climate of inclusion among students. And lastly, to reinforce students' soft skills in social life and school life, as well as they lack the opportunities of real life knowledge and experiences students in big cities are exposed to. So as a starting point, we tried a European tool, a self-reflection tool, to see where we stand regarding the digital age, okay? And we worked on a focus group, as more and more teachers of the school were interested to these projects, and eventually all the teaching staff contributed in the project at the end. Among the school practices we adopted was, of course, collaboration, cooperative learning, disciplinary learning, and networking with other schools, because we wanted our school to be extroverted as well. We give emphasis on professional development. We organized at school some in-school teacher trainings, both on digital tools teachers were interested to learn so that they can use them in their teaching practice, and mostly to empower teachers to use and feel confident to use new technology in their teaching. This was a good opportunity for me as the school principal to reflect on the school's digital policy. And actually, the self-reflection tool LfE by the European Union was something we took into consideration to design the school's digital policy. We found it really useful. Now, concerning all the web tools we used, in this picture, they are gathered, and we of course created an interactive map of the area of the school with the sightseeing in the maths GeoGebra and Desmos applications were used, digital storytelling in the English lesson, and we used some applications such as the Pixton or the storyboard that you can see. Okay, we created an interesting radio advertisement for the village, among others. So all the work, you can find all the work we did last year in a Padlet. And I'm going to show you, I don't know if you can see it, what it looks like. So we have gathered all the work we did last year, okay, using digital schools. And regarding our findings, we conducted a small survey because we wanted to investigate the level of enjoyment students had during all this digital production, if their self-confidence was boosted, and if they found useful the applications they came across last year and used to create digital products. And as you can see from the graphs, the positive impact is so highly depicted. You can see students really enjoyed the activities. They felt self-confident, and they found really useful all the applications. Regarding the dissemination, the whole project was embraced by the local community, and it was shared on the social media and the local press to highlight students' work. And actually, the whole local community felt so proud of students' work, and it was the talk of the town, let's say, for a long time. We organized an in-school presentation of all the digital work we did. We found the opportunity to participate in the Students' Digital Festival, and we also participate in a school network that had to do with videos, cinema, and play. It was actually a theatrical play that combined pieces of small videos, and it was a cooperation of schools from the city of Pyrgos, and the periphery. So it was a combination of remote schools and schools from the center. So if you ask me if we reached our goals, did we actually reach our goals? I would say that yes, students enhanced their digital skills. Students actively and passionately participated in the activities designed. They bonded with each other, and what was important was that not only students bonded with other students, but also students with the teachers, and teachers bonded with other teachers. What I want to mention is that all this project united us, and all this project made us, even the teachers, reflect on our practices, help each other, and we actually build good relations with our students. And it is important to say that none of us, of the presenters, are teaching this year at that school. We are in different schools this year, but we still have this communication with the students. And lastly, self-confidence, creativity, empathy, positive emotions were visible in our students, and higher rates of academic achievement were noted. So thank you all. Okay, and sorry for the inconvenience with my presentation on this on the technical thing. I don't know if any of my colleagues want to share something. I don't know if Fotini or Katerina want to add their perspective.
I think everything is well said, and nothing more to say. I don't want to say anything else, but the feeling I've kept from last year that the students were very happy within school, which is an issue these days, to have happy students and happy schools.
I'd like to add, thank you, Julia, for your presentation, and that I am really proud of our work last year, and I'm really proud of the evolution of our students, and they were also proud of themselves. That's the most important result of our work last year. Thank you all.
Thank you for this presentation. I do believe that the most crucial factor for winning the digital transformation in Greece, I think, goes through the islands, and this is what the rest of Europe considers as remote or rural schools. We have the islands, and not only them, but also other regions in Greece that are difficult to be reached. So I think that this is the most crucial factor for giving them the sense of inclusion with the rest of the country through digital innovation. And I believe that you accomplished that in the most interesting way. If you wish to have any addition on what you just said concerning the performance that you mentioned in terms of something that it was connected to cinema or theater, that would be very interesting for me to know. If you have any comments on that activity, which is a particular way on giving power and empower educational communities in rural schools. I think that this is a great opportunity to enhance. So if you have any comments on that, it would be interesting to know.
I'd like to say that it was the first time I was in charge of all this artistic part of the project. And at first, I was kind of reluctant because our students weren't very delighted by the idea of presenting themselves in public. When they first saw their faces on screen within school, they were amazed. They were praised by other people outside school. And the peak of it was our collaboration with Pyrrhus City, because they felt that they came from a small area, a small school that was conquering an urban area. I mean, there were villagers that could play very well with upon the screen, and that made them very proud of themselves. And that's what I keep as a very important part of our work there. The fact that they still remember all those activities, they miss all those activities because we're not there anymore. And it was an extremely interesting way to introduce them to content creating that it is meaningful and has something to say.
Thank you very much for this. I would like to move on to our next presentation, just to say to our viewers worldwide, I would just to explain that we have changed the course of our program. We have two presentations that are pending right now, and I wish to, without further ado, go on to the one that we missed on the program course, that is 3D printing in multicultural and multilingual classrooms, presented by Mrs. Despina Kapsali from the primary school of Nea Karya. Primary School of Nea Karya in Greece. So we're very interested to know about your innovative practice. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening, good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for being here. Let me share my screen. Well, our teaching practice was held in the context of free twinning action for STEM by the Greek National Organization. They donate us with a 3D printer, and we were supposed to organize a relevant project. We ran the cross-cultural e-twinning STEM project with an Italian school. We conclude this project to our we include the project in our action plan for the EEP actions plans, and it was held also in the context of the pilot international project Healthy Linguist Diet of Italy. It is a good teaching practice for the EEP, and it was awarded with the national and European quality labels. We worked with the first grade of not high school, secondary school of Italy 2 school years ago. And the point was to mix the STEM subjects with non-STEM subjects. Our students were Albanian.
Again, sorry to interrupt you, but if you have changing the slides, we only see your main screen of the...
I'm changing them. I don't know why. The same issue.
Sorry for this, but you
Yes.
can go on with that if you wish.
What are you supposed to do? You can see the changes.
Maybe if you share the whole screen.
Sorry. The whole screen. Maybe.
Yes, now I think that this is what you want, yes.
Okay, sorry. Should I start from the very beginning or not?
Where you want,
Skip,
whenever, yeah, whatever.
Yes, yes, I should go on. Our students were Albanians, Greeks, and Italians. We used various collaborative web tools. The main outline of the project was this one. We started with students and teachers' self-presentations. We set the basic rules of using of TwinSpace jointly with Jamboard. We got split into 3 transnational teams in real-time activity. The name of the teams was derived from the Greek and Roman ancient gods. We started with the logo activity, and for first we make the mind map of the etymological analysis of the Greek word. And then each team, students of each team exchange ideas about how they could create their logo. They did it collaboratively with Canva tool. And then an live voting was held in order to choose the best one. Then we worked on multi-language activities. We celebrated the International Greek Language Day by creating digital dictionaries with using the native language of our students. And then the native speaker students took the role of the teacher and learn us how to pronounce the words in their language. Then we worked on a peace activity. It was an experiential activity using the language of the students. And then we worked on loan words. We created cloud words. We spot Italian language in Greek language and vice versa. And then we worked on 3D printing. First, we organized the activity with the Italian partner. They taught us how to use the software and the 3D printer. And we put it in practice to learn how this machine is works. And then we worked on the activity that we had to create a multilingual dice game. First, we explored the history background of the phrase in the dice games. And then the students tried to design it with the pencil. And then collaboratively with the software, each team created its own dice. And then we printed the dice. And of course, we worked on the rules of the game with Canva tool. And then we visited a historical place around us and tried to find ruins from the other cultures. The Greek students visited the archaeological site of Philippi, and the Italian students went to Capo Colonna, the Temple of Eras in Magna Graecia. And then we chose a ruin. We designed it with the software, and we sent it to the other school and print the souvenir that we got. And we exchanged virtual cards. Of course, we evaluate the project. We ask from teachers, students, parents to tell us their opinions, and that's all. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for sharing this with us. I think that this is a very to say the least, innovative way of connecting languages and games and 3D printing as well. Can you tell us a little bit more about the rules of the dice game? I noticed that there were maybe letters or maybe phrases in the sides of the cube or something like that. Can you explain us very briefly the roughly rules of the game?
Yes, we use the words that we have included in the dictionaries, digital dictionaries in the previous activity. And in each side, we had a dice that the words were written in English. And the other dice had the languages, Italian, Albanian, Greek, and you had to roll the two dice together, and you have to tell the word that the first dice in the front, in the above side, in the language that the second dice.
Sounds
you can tell it. It is very simple.
It's game-like. You never know what it's.
Yes, it is very simple game.
I'm sure. And that's how that it should be, but it's very innovative and very creative as well. So thank you very much for this. Let's move on our next presentation by Mrs. Christina Klimendioti from the Institute of Educational Policy in Greece, and along with Mr. Diogenis Alexandrakis, who unfortunately I don't see him here, but I'm sure that Mrs. Klimendioti will present him as well. They will introduce us the way augmented reality in K-12 education is connected to teaching about biology, I understand, concerning the cell.
Yes.
So, thank you very much. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much for hosting. Let me share my screen.
Mrs. Klimendioti, please allow me. Can you speak a little bit
yes,
louder
yes,
or closer to the microphone, please? Because
my
you
microphone
cannot
is
hear.
right here, so I don't know if you can hear me. But it's better.
Thank you.
I don't know. Okay.
Maybe in front of your mouth that would be even better, but it's okay.
Okay. Let me share my presentation. I don't know if you can see. Sorry. Okay. Are we good with the presentation? I don't know if you can see it. Is it okay? Just give me feedback so I can start.
Yes, we can see it, but I'm afraid we cannot hear you.
Sorry. Is it better now? Can you hear me?
A little better. If you speak a little louder, that will be even better.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Christina Klimendioti, and I am a consultant of Hellenic Institute of Educational Policy. Today, I'm here to share the findings of a case study conducted with Mr. Alexandrakis, who is a computer developer and an ex-colleague on augmented reality in K-12 education. So let's begin with an overview of the findings and the key takeaways from this research. So the term augmented reality was first utilized in the early 90s, and it can be defined as technology that combines real and virtual objects in a realistic context. It provides real-time interaction opportunities, of course, and presents an accurate record of three-dimensional virtual and real objects. It is divided in two types: image-based AR, and location-based AR. Location-based augmented reality recognizes the user's position and overlays virtual information that seamlessly integrates with their physical surroundings. On the other hand, image-based AR employs graphics identification techniques to recognize specific images in the real world. Once identified, it overlays synthetic information or other elements onto these images, enhancing the user's experience. AR technology enhances the teaching learning process by boosting student motivation, of course, understanding, aiding information retention, visualizing complex concepts, as biology has, expanding spatial perception, fostering collaborative learning, and elevating overall learning outcomes. In educational settings, AR has been used to complement the standard curriculum. Text, graphics, video, audio may be superimposed into a student's real-time environment. Textbooks, for example, flashcards, and other educational reading material can contain embedded markers or triggers that, when scanned by an AR device, produce supplementary information to the student rendered in a multimedia format. It was a case study for us. The study aims to assess the impact of AR enhanced learning experiences on students' engagement, comprehension, and retention of cell-related concepts. By employing a mixed method research design, we implemented a carefully designed AR module within the 6th grade curriculum, allowing students to interact with three-dimensional representations of cells, both animal and plant, through AR-enabled mobile devices. In our study, we employed marker-based augmented reality technology, enhanced by a cloud-based platform, leveraging the capabilities of GitHub for seamless integration and collaborative development. The marker-based AR approach utilized physical markers or images as triggers for virtual content, allowing the 6th graders to interact with three-dimensional representations of cellular structures. So why we choose GitHub? GitHub is a cloud-based platform that plays a crucial role in the collaborative development and sharing of AR content among educators. It ensures accessibility and adaptability, allows version control, easy distribution of updates, and collaborative contribution with educators. For us, it was easy to code with GitHub. We don't need extra apps for the students, just their camera in their mobile phones, and actually it's actually free. So that's why this combination of marker-based AR and GitHub collaboration represents a powerful toolset for educators seeking to enhance K-12 learning experiences, offering a scalable and adaptable approach to integrating cutting-edge technology into the classroom. A recent study has shown that AR technology positively impacts student motivation in biology learning and science. Biology, of course, content is perceived as abstract and complex by students. Teachers often resort to narrative methods to explain complex biological subjects. Cell biology involves entities too small as the cells are with the human eye, requiring expensive microscopes. Lack of access to specialized equipment can hinder learning and achievement. False examples and overgeneralization can lead to misunderstandings in biology, and of course, visual illustrations enhance student activity and motivation, providing an alternative to text-based knowledge. So considering the latest research, but also the lack of relevant research in the field of Greek educational reality, our research is focused on the effects of AR activities on students' academic achievement and motivation in primary education, and examining and assessing the influence or effects of augmented reality technology when used in teaching. A mixed research strategy is used, in which the researcher, we simultaneously collect and analyze two separate databases, qualitative and quantitative data, and then merges them in order to compare and analyze the results. Our sample was 18 students. As you can imagine, we don't have access to many schools, so just a classroom of 18 students, 8 boys, 10 girls, of a 6th grade class of a primary school, a public primary school. The survey was conducted this year, in the school year 2023-2024. The planned teaching intervention was implemented within 8 hours in the curriculum. In the beginning, a didactic scenario was developed to enhance and modernize the traditional teaching methods for particular 6th grade science unit, the CEL. This scenario incorporated augmented reality technology to introduce innovative teaching approaches. And instead of relying on textbook, the scenario features activities that leverage AR technology, creating an educational environment that offers more engaging and interactive learning experience. So then we gave them, in the beginning, we gave them the pre-test, a diagnostic test for their knowledge and skills. The test was given to students after they completed the course in a conventional manner with their teacher. After completing the lesson, students answered questions on the cell as presented in the corresponding section of their textbook. Then we gave them the worksheets. The worksheets assigned to the 7 activities implemented during the teaching intervention with AR tools. The activities were completed during the teaching intervention. And then we gave them the post-test for assessing and evaluating their skills and abilities again. It was given to students after the teaching intervention. We conducted a relative comparison of students' performance. That's why we used the same questions. Finally, we gave them a questionnaire to assess their perceptions of the AR applications in general, and to capture their evaluations of the instructional intervention and effectiveness on the learning system. Here are some results. The students in the pre-test had not completely absorbed the information from the cell unit during the review session that occurred shortly before the test was administered. As you can see, the lowest score recorded was 44, the highest was 91%, almost. After that, we divided them into groups. The students using their technology observed the animal and plant cell up close and completed the 7 activities. And then in the post-intervention test, the average performance of all students of the test questions exceeded more than 88%. The lowest was 74, the highest was more than 98%. The positive thing was that none of the students touched the score below 50%. And the students' performance on the post-test ranged between a good and excellent score. In particular, they were able to gain more than 13 points, increasing their mean score. Okay, so these differences were statistically significant. On average, students performed better on the test administered immediately after the instructional intervention. In the pre-test, and the lowest score achieved was 44, while in the post-test was 74%, almost 74%. There was a smaller improvement in the maximum grade level, those who got 91% in the pre-test to the 98 in the post-test, creating the impression that the intervention benefited more weak students or those who didn't do very well. To investigate students' perceptions of AR applications and teaching, about the CELE questionnaire was used. Based on the responses collected, 18 out of the 18, 100% had never used augmented reality before. So they commented positively on the AR technology and the use in their classroom. They said that it helped them to better understand the course and made them more interested. They liked it. They liked the ability to bring to life things that they can't see them with their human eye. They largely stated that AR technology changed the course for the better. The activities of the worksheets were easier using AR technology. It helped them to better understand the structure of the cell. Here is the discussion. Overall, you can read them. Overall, the findings highlight the potential of AR technology in improving students' performance, engagement, motivation, and self-efficacy in physics in general and in biology courses, both in biology courses and physics in general. AR technology is utilized to illustrate the teacher's verbal explanations, providing a more immersive learning. So students expressed that AR activities allowed them to visually explore animal and plant cell and understand the structures of these living things. And of course, it positively impacted their self-efficacy for learning and performance. Here are some references if you would like to get. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this presentation as well. I was about to ask you many questions, but I think all my inquiries were answered in your illustrious presentation. So thank you very much. Just maybe for 1 minute, just share with us your experience on collaborating with this special school of Koropi within a special region in Attica, Greece. What's your impression on this collaboration with the teachers and the students?
Sorry, yes, thank you. Thank you for the question. I think that, I'm definitely sure that the students were excited. They had never seen before or used augmented reality in their classrooms. They stated that it was marvelous, the lesson was better, the course was great, the teacher who had in the first time used these tools was excited too. Almost they liked more their teacher. I don't know how to express that. They were hugging her and all that. I think that in general technology and augmented reality, of course, and the new tools of augmented reality can be used for the better and increase. We have the opportunities to enhance all these magnificent tools in our classrooms. I also always I say to teachers that because they are afraid. I think that someone said that before. I think that they are afraid to use the tools. If they can, everybody can for me, and that's the point of this of our case study, that it's nothing. So everyone has they can make their course for the better.
Thank you very much for this presentation.
Thank you very much.
Before moving on to our last presentation for this seminar room, I would like to extend a little bit our session by including another request from the previous one. That is, I think that is very nice to include on our session as well. It is Mrs. Jean de Fatima Moreira Branco, but she will present after. She's from Portugal, and I will explain a little bit when her turn is right after that, and she will follow the presentation of our last session for today's seminar room by Mrs. Theodora Torli, who comes from the first Model Junior High School of Thessaloniki in Greece.
Hello.
And she will explain to us the connection between artificial intelligence and foreign languages in teaching foreign languages. So that's a very powerful message. Mrs. Torli, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be with you today. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, very well. We use we have the main screen of your PowerPoint and not the full screen, but whatever you wish.
Okay. Just give me a minute. I cannot do it. I don't. I think now it's okay. Is it okay now?
For the time being, no, but you can try stop sharing and try to screen share once more.
Okay.
And this time you could choose your full screen of your laptop, not the application.
Okay. Full screen from my laptop. Okay. Yes, but now I can't see you.
It's okay, we can see you. There's no problem on that.
Okay. Now, can you see it? It's better now or not?
I'm afraid it's the same, but it's okay. You can move on from there if you wish.
Okay. So artificial intelligence and foreign language teaching, a powerful way to promote inclusion and innovation in the classroom. It is about a project that was implemented at the second junior high school of Florina during the academic year of 2021-2022. The project was integrated in the Dig for Future program. It was an Erasmus KA3 project that aims to improve the digital skills and competencies of digitally excluded young people aged between 11 and 14 years old who live in disadvantaged urban and rural areas in Italy, Bulgaria, Greece, and Romania. For the implementation of the project, the French language and computer science teachers collaborated during a period of 3 months. Weekly meetings lasting 90 minutes were conducted and sometimes longer due to the enthusiasm shown by the students. The meetings took place after school timetable and 15 students aged 14 years old took part in it. The primary goal was to leverage the students' knowledge of the French language as they familiarize themselves with artificial intelligence and to highlight collaboration, communication, and the development of digital skills. Inclusive innovation in education can be particularly valuable as they allow children from socioeconomically disadvantaged backgrounds to gain the knowledge and skills necessary to participate fully in the economy. Inclusive innovations in education can be defined as a new or significantly improved product or process, marketing method, or organizational design, providing economically deprived groups with enhanced access to high-quality education and educational resources. Artificial intelligence is considered to be the result of technological progress. There are three approaches to implementing artificial intelligence in the classroom, depending on the learning objectives. Integration of artificial technologies in the classroom to enhance learning and improve teaching through a variety of tools that can be used by educators to reinforce student learning. The second one is learning about artificial intelligence, that is acquiring skills for students to respond to the challenges of a world shaped by artificial intelligence. And finally, artificial intelligence literacy, meaning the application of skills related to artificial intelligence for its effective use and the creation of new tools and technologies. Artificial intelligence creates an intelligent infrastructure for learning and activities-specific technologies, smartphones, virtual reality, robots, etc., that attract students' interest and stimulate the learning process. In this project, A Day in Paris, the students choose the most significant landmarks of Paris, gather information through web exploration, and record them using the appropriate artificial intelligence tool. We used machine learning for kids. Using the tool Scratch-free programming language, they create a digital tourist guide that welcomes Greek tourists at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris and presents the most important monuments and places worth visiting in Paris. The use of artificial intelligence is initially found in the automatic translation of text into the Greek language. Specifically, Scratch-free is used, which provides the capability of automatic translation using the appropriate code. The students record texts in the French language, which are then translated into Greek through selected commands. The second point where the use of artificial intelligence is identified is in voice recognition. Specifically, the students speak and the words they utter are recognized. The voice recognition model is created in Machine Learning for Kids tool. Students train the model to recognize sounds, words in this case, words corresponding to the monuments of Paris. Once the voice model is created with the selected monuments, the programming environment of Scratch-free is used, which allows the import of the voice model created by the students and its integration into the program code. Practically, they open Scratch-free tool through Machine Learning for Kids and create the code so that every time a user student mentions a monument, the program provides the corresponding information about it. For familiarizing with the concept of artificial intelligence, its creation and its use, the following educational tools were used. We had the Scratch-free programming language, using for code, ScratchLab for face sensing recognition, Teachable Machine was used for training an image model, Machine Learning for Kids was used for training and testing the sound recognition model. We had Web 2 tools such as Mentimeter, Kahoot, and Padlet. We used Internet for setting application of artificial intelligence in daily life and information about Paris. And of course, we had two digital dictionaries, Le Robert and Larousse. So the project started the first days of February 2022. We had 4 meetings for the first month. In the first meeting, we had an introduction to the topic and students' familiarization with the concept of artificial intelligence. In the second meeting, we have an introduction to the Google Teachable Machine application, and the students try to train a model, an image model. In the third meeting, we had an introduction to the Scratch programming language for executing commands with artificial intelligence algorithms, such as facial recognition. And in the fourth meeting, we had familiarization with the ScratchLab 2 face sensing, so that students can be familiarized with the possibilities that this tool can give us. For the second month, during the first meeting for the month of March, we had an introduction to the digital tool Machine Learning for Kids, and there was an experimentation with training and testing a sound recognition model design. During the second and the third meeting, we had an integration of the Machine Learning for Kids in a Scratch-free tool and familiarization of students with the commands for coding. Now students can create small projects In the first meeting, we had a discussion around the project and the possibilities to use the French language and to decide what kind of project we are going to create. In the fifth meeting, we had a discussion concerning the steps of task implementation. During the third month, we had 5 meetings. In the first meeting, we had presentation of the photos that students collected, discussion about it, and choose the information about Paris, looking on the internet, and the creation of brief text. In the second meeting, we had the correction of this text, and now they're ready for recording. We trained the sound recognition model using the machine learning for kids tool. In the third meeting, we finally opened Scratch3 through the Machine Learning for Kids tool, and we use the Scratch3 tool to create the commands, to record the text in Greek and French, and to create the code. Finally, we have the fourth and the fifth meeting now, and the students continue with the creation of the code, and the project is completed as the recordings have been done and the photos have been uploaded. Now, the project is ready, and a test is conducted with the students choosing the monument they want to visit and the digital guide providing basic information. The screen recording of the project execution is captured in the following video. I'm going to show you the video.
I'm afraid you will be needing to share the screen again because we didn't see all the slides. I tried to follow it with your presentation that I have, but unfortunately we didn't see everything. But you have to screen share again in order to see at least the video.
I need to do the share screen again. Okay. And I need to share sound, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Can you see it now?
Bienvenue à l'aéroport Charles de Gaulle de Paris.
I'm afraid not.
Je m'appelle Abby
No,
et je serai
you don't see it and you don't hear it.
We can hear the video.
But you cannot see it.
No.
Vous êtes prêts?
So what we can do now? Okay, maybe I can have the link and I can add it to the chat and we can...
Yes, that would be an option as well.
Okay, you can see it later. So I continue with without the video. I have the conclusion now.
Thank you.
Okay. The completion of the project required 13 meetings, during which students had the opportunity to use the foreign language in application of artificial intelligence, enjoy collaborative activities, share tasks, interact, solve problems, and create an innovative digital product. The overall assessment of the project is positive, with additional pedagogical value due to the use of ICT and artificial intelligence that was used as a means to promote inclusion, to create an interactive environment where the learning process takes place in a playful, enjoyable, and innovative manner within a framework of communication and collaboration. Students had the opportunity to use the foreign language in practical applications and for specific communicative purposes, to develop exploratory attitudes and skills, to activate their imagination, to improve critical, creative, and practical thinking, and to produce high-quality, innovative products. That was it, and thank you for your attention.
Mrs. Tolly, thank you very much for your presentation and the content. I think that this is a very crucial matter to connect language and AI in a way that would be viable for future education, which is, I think that it could be a philosophical subject to discuss. I'd like to conclude your contribution by asking you just one question concerning this. What's your impression on how artificial intelligence can contribute in not only learning foreign languages in the future, but as a contribution to the language as a general idea? What do you think as a teacher that AI can develop in the future in that way.
Mr. Zivouridis, I think artificial intelligence is we can meet artificial intelligence every day here in everyday life. It is very important for students to familiarize themselves and with this idea and with this knowledge, very important for their life. In everyday life, in hospitals, we can meet artificial intelligence in schools, in language. It's a crucial point, and we will. And all children have to be familiarized with this, and the role of school is crucial to introduce artificial intelligence to pupils.
Mrs. Tolly, thank you very much for your contribution and your participation in this session. Before closing our session, I would like to ask all of you to remain in your screens as we are going to introduce Jean de Fatima Moreira Branco. And may I correct myself earlier, she is from Brazil. And I would like us to listen to her in her presentation concerning the importance of understanding the risks associated with climate change. And as she is from Brazil, behind me is Mrs. Rosa Doran, who will assist us in translating, because she will be translating from her language as well. So thank you for this, and please stay on with the next presentation. Mrs. Jean. The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. I am not a good host as Petros, but it's my pleasure to be here for Jane. Jane, consegue me ouvir? Já pode ligar o seu microfone e a sua câmera. Let's wait a little bit to see if Jane reacts. Jane, consegue nos ouvir? Okay, let me get my phone and make sure that she is with us. Jane de Fatima, consegue me ouvir? Let's wait a little bit. I think she's having some connection trouble. Gianni? Let me ask her to turn on their camera. She's asking for a minute. Yeah, she's asking for a moment. Okay, so let's wait a minute. She's with us from her very early morning. The time zone difference here to Greece is big, but she's accompanying the whole conference. By the way, I enjoyed everybody's presentation. I am always amazed of how much work all these teachers are doing, and we don't know about it, right, Petros? It's always humbling.
I think the news here is that we see all this innovation coming here in Greece. That's the opening but that's the idea that opened my view on how how innovation is expanding in Greek schools, which I think that this is very hopeful for the future.
I today in the corridors had teachers asking me about AI in education, and it's already there, it's already being applied, and new solutions are coming. Okay, so I think we are having, how much time do we have, Petrus?
Normally we should have finished, but I think we have extended coffee time.
Okay. You want to come and talk to your audience until Jenny?
Well, perhaps we can have a small discussion if they are online, and then maybe allow a few minutes to Jen
to solve. She has probably some issues.
So I understand that what the EU, the European Committee, understands all our contribution in everyday school life is with the term of leaders of change. This actually is the reality of everyday schools. Reason to believe that this is this is the idea that it should be how we should translate and understand the innovation in Greek schools, because Greek teachers have to cope with many parallel problems in parallel. So I would like to ask all of you just for a few seconds.
She said that we muted her, so she couldn't unmute. So just she's entering again. You have to admit her.
So perhaps if we can hear Jeanne, and before closing our session, after her presentation, then we might just answer to the question on how do you think that we can respond as leaders of change in our environments, and what is the future on that? So I believe Mrs. Jeanne is now online.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
No, good afternoon, Jane. Here
Oh, em Brasil, good morning. Em Brasil, good morning. Oh, minha internet aqui no Rio está faltando muita luz. Então, a internet está muito ruim mesmo, entendeu? Muito obrigado aí pela participação, pela oportunidade. E hoje eu venho relatar...
Jane, tem que me dar tempo para eu ir traduzindo, e nós já estamos muito atrasados. Ele pede para ser 7 a 10 minutos, ok? So
tudo bem.
Jane was saying it's morning in Brazil, and there is internet outage very frequently, and I have just asked her to take no more than 7 to 10 minutes. Tem que cortar alguns slides, tá, Jane? Tem que ser rápido.
Sim.
Então,
eu vou colocar o vídeo da apresentação do nosso grupo que fez a capacitação no curso maravilhoso de verão.
Mas está em português ou em inglês?
Tá a Josina falando em inglês.
Ok, então só deve dar tempo para isso, tá?
E depois eu vou apresentar o Padlet com o meu trabalho sobre a Grécia.
Mas não pode passar dos 10 minutos, tá? Just presenting a video from a team of Brazilian teachers that participated in the Learning from the Extremes Summer School. Jane, não se esqueça quando partilhar, clicar e partilhar o som.
Tá,
clica no share, partilha no share, e na caixinha, lá embaixo aparece uma caixinha dizendo partilhar o som do computador.
Som do computador?
Você clicou em share?
Sim, cliquei.
E quando aparece o lugar para escolher qual é a aplicação, lá embaixo aparece partilhar o som do computador.
Share sound, né? Ó,
Isso.
entendi. Tá. E eu tenho que procurar. Peraí um instantinho que eu vou ter que pegar aqui. Ó, tá aparecendo?
Tá sim. É colocar
Tá.
no play.
Isso. Aí você diz que é o resultado do nosso trabalho.
This is the result of their work in the summer school.
Hello everyone. In our project is Teaching with Astronomy, ensinando através da astronomia, pode passar. No Brasil, uma das matérias que tem mais chamada de fake news é a astronomia. E o nosso projeto é dedicado aos
Dani, ela está a falar em português, ninguém vai perceber.
Tá.
Põe na
Então,
pausa. É melhor por a sua apresentação, tá bem?
Tá bom, então. Então,
So I
aí eu
told
vou...
her that the video is in Portuguese and there is no chance for me to translate. So show your Padlet then. Mostra o Padlet, Dani.
Sim, ok.
She's going to present a Padlet. She's doing a PhD
Isso.
in Rio de Janeiro. And she's presenting a Padlet where she has measurements for her PhD. É isso, né, Jane?
Isso. Nós fizemos um curso de verão aí na Grécia e eu fiz uma comparação das temperaturas. Como é a temperatura do Brasil, né, dos locais que eu visitei e os locais da Grécia. E aí eu tive a contribuição do Bruno, que andou de bicicleta pelo litoral, e olha só o percurso que nós tivemos na Grécia. Todos esses locais aqui nós estivemos presente, e esse aqui e tivemos presente e fizemos, e o Bruno me ajudou, e a gente percebe, quando você clica, aparece a localização e a temperatura que a gente teve nesse local. E pelas viagens, aí aqui, ó, esse aqui é o local que a gente estava, na praia. Você pode dizer, Rosa, o local, ó, esse aqui, ó. Então,
Marathon. Então, espera, Jane, deixa eu traduzir.
Meu trabalho da faculdade.
Sou Jane de Fátima.
Meu trabalho da faculdade. Tá.
Deixa eu traduzir, Jane.
Tá.
Deixa eu traduzir. So Jane is doing a PhD. She's comparing she had a sensor in the summer school. One of the students that were in the summer school, they went across Marathon Beach measuring the temperature of the water.
Isso.
Ok, continua.
E o Bruno andou de bicicleta e eu construí uma antena. E essa antena recebia essas informações, então eu sabia qual era a temperatura que ele estava lá. Então eu fiquei parada naquela praia maravilhosa, aquele lugar lindo, e aí, como eu estou fazendo um mestrado, eu fui comparar essas temperaturas com as do Brasil. E nós estávamos no varanda. Só essa semana que eu consegui gravar uma cigarra. Então, agora que eu vou poder comparar o som da cigarra, usando o Fifox, com a cigarra aqui do Brasil. Entendeu? Então,
cigarra. Okay, Carlos will check the name. I don't know the name. So she had the student going with bicycle, and she was standing with an antenna. And while he was walking with the sensor, she was collecting all the data from those locations that are marked on her Padlet. And she also collected the sound of it's not cricket no. Cicada. She collected the sound of cicadas. So now she's comparing those sounds and the temperatures with regions in Brazil. Ok, Jane,
Yes,
continua.
E esse trabalho, ele tem como objetivo apresentar as alterações climáticas e o que está afetando. Então, eu apresentei esse trabalho, né, também no Congresso, a respeito dessas mudanças climáticas. E o meu trabalho foi de origem, o nome é Grécia, né? Então, eu coloquei para eu ter essa referência, comparando as temperaturas, os ambientes, tudo que eu vivenciei, comparando com o meu país.
So she's also studying the same things in Brazil, and her aim is to understand how climate change is affecting those insects and how it's affecting the temperatures and everything else. And she collected in Greece, and now the data that she's collecting in Brazil.
Na Grécia eu fiz 14 medições e no Brasil fiz 30 de lugares diferentes. Por onde eu ando, por onde eu viajo, por onde eu fui apresentar o trabalho, eu vou coletando. E no Rio de Janeiro, né, eu coletei todas essas informações, e é um trabalho meu do mestrado, a doutora Josina é minha orientadora, e vou colocar também a Rosa Duran, porque nada seria possível sem esse summer, né? Sem esse verão, sem esse curso maravilhoso que acrescentou tanto na minha vida e foi uma realização de um sonho, porque eu já participava dessas aulas, desses seminários, já online há muito tempo, e poder estar aí, participar com vocês foi assim um presente divino.
So she's saying that she's collecting data wherever she goes. She's being supervised by a professor in the National Observatory in Rio de Janeiro. And she said that coming to Greece and participating in the learning from the Extreme Summer School was very important to her. Sim, já tem tempo.
Isso, tem 3 minutos ainda?
E 3 minutos, sim.
Então, eu posso apresentar o... E aí, agora, eu vou apresentar o trabalho maravilhoso da equipe brasileira, né? E que nós falamos da importância da astronomia, a astronomia como multidisciplinar, né? Multidisciplinar. E aí, eu vou apresentar... tá aparecendo, Rosa?
Ainda não, espera um pouquinho. So she's now is going to present the work of the Brazilian team about the multidisciplinarity of astronomy. Jane, mas não tem tempo de passar os slides todos, tem que ser mais sumário, tá?
Sim. A astronomia fascina e a astronomia nos encanta. Podemos ministrar várias disciplinas utilizando a astronomia como uma ferramenta de motivação para o estudante, conectando-a com o cotidiano dos alunos e mostrando seu fator altamente influente no desenvolvimento das ciências. Então, esse projeto que nós realizamos, nós já praticamos há muitos anos, e essa culminância com esse curso foi assim um transformar, porque tivemos acesso a tecnologias que nos ajudam a implementar inovações, né? E inovações digitais. E eu sou muito grata.
So she's saying that astronomy is a subject that by nature is interdisciplinary, and that they've been working on this for a long time to several different tools, gave them a new perspective on the project and the new possibilities for them to adapt and be more inclusive, including more inclusive in the work that they are promoting. Jane tem que terminar, tá bem?
Tá, um minuto. E hoje nós temos como objetivo transformar a astronomia e levar a astronomia desde os pequenininhos, porque o futuro depende de nós instruí-los. O nosso futuro depende deles.
So she's saying that they want to continue and to make sure that they bring astronomy to the little ones because their future might depend on it and our future depend on them. Jane, muito obrigada. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks.
And see you next time. We have to close the session, so I give the floor back to Petrus.
Thanks for this opportunity. Thanks for this opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you very much for this. As a concluding, let's say, a last phrase for our session, I would ask only for 10 seconds from everyone who wishes to say a concluding opinion on how leaders of change, as the European Committee calls all people who are implementing innovative practices in schools, can have a future these changing times that we experience in schools. So if anyone who wishes to say a few things, or maybe 10 seconds, you can we can listen to you to share your opinion. Anyone who would like to? Yes, Mrs. Klimediotti, thanks.
Hello again. I think I hear you, but I couldn't hear you very well. So for us in IEP, teachers can emerge as leaders of innovation by strategically incorporating technology into their teaching practices. This involves not merely adapting digital tools, but cultivating a mindset.
Maybe a little closer to.
Yes. Sorry.
You.
I was saying that it doesn't matter if we just adapt the digital tools, but cultivating a mindset that leverages technology to enhance the learning experience. I think that the integration of interactive simulations, virtual reality, augmented reality, or these apps can transform traditional lessons into dynamic and engaging experiences for our students. I think that digital literacy in general is a key component of this innovation journey as teachers guide their students in navigating the vast and ever-evolving technological landscape. Coding, programming into the curriculum not only imparts valuable skills, but also instills a problem-solving mindset crucial for the future success. And their teachers in general, also play a crucial role in utilizing this data analytics and educational software to personalize their instruction. That's all from me. We live in the 21st century, so the demands are more, and by embracing a tech-savvy mindset, educators inspire creativity, critical thinking, adaptability, ensuring that our students were well equipped for success in an increasingly digital and interconnected world. So that's our goal as teachers. I'm a teacher too, so that's our goal.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Klimediotti. Yes, Jean, yes, as a conclusion.
I'm studying now, and I apply pedagogy innovation. Rosa, me ajuda aí. Pedagogy innovation. The children using smartphone, and the summer course in July yesterday. Very, very good. And I can apply these forms with my students and other teachers. And I invited the teachers learning to apply with the student. The student is future. And I can do the opportunity for them. And I wait the activities interesting and hands-on, children's hands-on study with and apply the forms interactivities, innovation, education, innovation.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. You make it sound like a fairy tale to us. So thank you all for participating. Thank you all the presenters, and thank you from Brazil as well. And I wish good luck and onwards. All the best to you all. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks for the